What's good people, and welcome back to the channel here on Crewboy Productions. My name is BK, and this is the Silly, Nerdy, and Wordy podcast. And this is an update from episode 58 about The Greatest Showman coming to Broadway, as I will provide an update and break down a performance of the song The Greatest Showman, comparing it against the movie, and my thoughts about this rollout announcement. What's going on, everyone? Hope everybody's doing very well. Glad to be back, as always, doing another episode for you. I want to thank all of current and new listeners. I do appreciate all of you very much, as I will continue to provide all of you value. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And for those of you that are listening only and have it on the background, I do appreciate it. As I continue to provide value to you, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss another upload from me. And leave a comment in the comment section and let me know, are you excited about The Greatest Showman coming to Broadway as much as I am? Because I know I am. Let me know your thoughts on how that's going to be on stage. So back in April of 2025 of this year, I had released episode 58, and within that, I had a short talking about The Greatest Showman coming to Broadway, and where I received an email from Disney on Broadway saying that The Greatest Showman will be coming to Broadway and premiering in the spring of 2026 at the Bristol Hippodrome. And very excited when I saw that email. And then late last night, early this morning, I was doing some updates for this channel, and I came across a D23 performance of the song The Greatest Showman per the Disney on Broadway YouTube channel, and I will link that video in the description. And in that performance, they only performed the Greatest Showman song. It was just great to see that this development is moving along. Now, this D23 showcase performance is from 2024. However, I received the Disney on Broadway email in March 2025. Now, stay tuned to the end of the video as I will give my thoughts in the decision-making process on why they decided to release this information, this announcement in the stages, in the way that they did. Stay tuned for that if you want to hear those nerdy details. What I'm going to do now is dissect this performance of this Greatest Showman song. What they did is, it's 6 people performing this song. First of all, 6 versus 1. In the movie, which I love the movie, by the way, the 2017 movie, I watch it every December. Hugh Jackman starts off the song. It's just him singing by himself along with the background vocals. And then at the end, it's Hugh Jackman, and then Zac Efron's character comes in to take over for him, along with the ensemble cast performing the background vocals and some ad-lib vocals. But in this 2024 performance at this D23 showcase, we have 6 individuals singing, and they start in the audience on a small riser, and they are singing different parts of the verses, each of them coming in at different parts, singing the verse, getting to the chorus. As the light shines on them, then they sing, the light goes out on them, the next person sings in the different tone, the different arrangement. So I like how that happened. It makes this song very dynamic. I love that. And then they make their way from the audience onto the stage. So I love that. A little bit of Lion King similarities in the sense that they go through the audience to get to the stage. Just a small similar thing to the Lion King. And then they continue the song as they are on stage. And I just like the way the song was arranged, breaking it up into 6 6 parts, 6 people singing, so you can get a sense of how it's going to potentially be when we do get to eventually see it on Broadway, hearing the different keys and the different ranges. So loved how they did that. And again, I will link that video from the Disney on Broadway channel in this description for this video so you can check it out. So it was good to see that proof of concept. It's real, it's tangible, it's happening in terms of the Greatest Showman coming to Broadway. And now, in terms of the way they decided to roll this out, as I said, that's a 2024 performance. But the email I received and many others received was in March of 2025. Now, what I believed happened is they wanted to test this out first by having it done with in a live setting with an audience to test the staging. Of course, you have fans there, super fans there. You have press there at the D23 Showcase. So you get that in front of those people and get a buzz going for this as well, and just testing it out, see how it goes. Then you can get the numbers from that in terms of surveys and different information that you'll get. And then once that performance is over, they go in closed doors. They have internal discussions, they have workshops, they're planning, they're doing the casting, they're hiring people, they're looking at all of the financial projections, possibly trying to get venues aligned, continuing to develop the story. And then I get to a certain point where they are ready to move forward with this. Then they decide to send the email out when the marketing comes in almost a year later, letting people know that, hey, we are going to be premiering in London at the Hippodrome in spring of 2026. Now, by the time this 2024 performance comes around, there is clearly already some things in motion, pre-planning that had already happened prior to them doing that at the D23 performance. However, that is what I believe happened in terms of the way they decided to roll this decision out, doing the performance first, saying, should we do this? And then sending the email out a whole year later after the discussions and the financials and getting all the necessary people involved and start reaching out, doing casting calls for the necessary parts. As all of this development process, as some of you no, it takes time to do so. That's my thinking in terms of the way they decided to roll this process out. Looking forward to seeing what they do in terms of the songs that they will bring from the movie, new songs that will potentially add, the staging of it, how is it going to look, the story, and all of that. So excited to see that. And that is pretty much all I have in terms of The Greatest Showman coming to Broadway. Again, I'm very excited. Let me know in the comments if you even knew about this. And if you didn't know, are you excited now? What songs do you want them to bring from the movie and have on stage? Share your thoughts in the comments. And consider subscribing, leave your comments, and of course, continue listening wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for the Silly, Nerdy, and Wordy podcast and follow for future episodes as you listen. Now, I want to send all of you good vibes for the rest of your day. And until next time, we will talk soon.